Hey everybody, it's Friday, so you know what that means? Another Flashback Friday. Now we're going to talk about my M&D team, one of the best teams I've ever been on, and a group that was a lot of fun. Made some great memories, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So my M&D team, which was the club team I played on since I was in 6th grade, was such a fun group. I'm still best friends with most of them. We have a group chat, even 5 years after we stopped playing. Some of my best friends played on that team: Lauren, Corinne, Angela, Liz. Went to school with Molly and Alice, who were also on that team, who are still some of my best friends today. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that team really loved each other and had so much fun and was such an awesome group that lasting friendships were sort of bound to come out of it. And I'm lucky because they did. One word I can use to describe my M&D team is family. Trickled in all the way from the top was Coach Scott Robinson, who all of us adored. He comes to all of our games still today, and is just a huge supporter and cheerleader, and we think the world of him. And it started there, and it trickled down from the team to the parents to the siblings. We all just loved each other, and we still love each other. We still keep in contact, and I'm hoping that there's a reunion soon because I miss all of them very much. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that I can say about that team was that we were family. So one of the coolest things we did as a team was we went out to Vail, Colorado, and we played in a tournament out there. And we went ATVing, we went whitewater rafting, we played a lot of lacrosse, got yelled at, lost in the championship, but had a lot of fun along the way. And one of the funniest things we did was we played Pictionary as a team, which when you get a bunch of competitive girls in the same room, even Pictionary becomes a war. So for Pictionary Wars, we split our team in two, played normal Pictionary, got our coaches involved. Jill Reckert, who was our assistant, who we loved, she played too. The parents got involved. It was just a big celebration and enjoying our time together. It was one of the last tournaments we played in. So I think we were all just kind of holding on to those moments. But that Vail trip was one of the coolest and best experiences I've ever had as a lacrosse player, even though we lost in the championship. So our last practice was one that was so much fun. We were a really good team. We had a lot of intense-ish practices. Our coach had a really great balance between having fun and working hard. But for our last one, we had just a ton of fun. We dressed up. It was a blast. So naturally with our team, we had to make it competitive. So we had a costume contest, and you split it up by positions. So Middy's dressed up as Alice in Wonderland. Kelly Chandler and I, who's still one of my really good friends today, we were Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so we had big pillows in our stomachs. Attackers were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and defenders were gangsters. So if you look back at the pictures, we all looked ridiculous, and trying to play like that was even funnier. But that was one of the best practices and days with our team that we ever had, and it was a good one to end on. So after so many lasts, from our last major tournament to our last practice, we had our last game. And that one was a tearjerker. Parents were crying on the way to the game. I was crying before. Lauren Lee, you cried before, which I've never seen. She's gonna be mad I called her out on that. But the tears were just flowing, and for good reason. I think there were so many tears and so much sadness because we all loved each other so much. We grew up with each other. Through awkward middle school years into high school, went through a really tough recruiting process, which we were one of the better teams in our age group, so that was just really competitive. But we went through that with such ease. We didn't really care about recruiting. We just played because we loved it and because we loved each other, and we grew up together. We went through some tough times together, and I think we were so sad that that was ending and that we were sort of parting our ways. Looking back, I think M&D was one of the main reasons that I love lacrosse still. Growing up, it's tough to play in such a competitive environment, and that team made it so much fun for me, even in the tough recruiting years. And even after college, knowing that they were there, that my friends were still there, that a lot of them were going through the same thing I was. So I've been on a lot of great teams, and that was definitely one of them. So this is a sentimental Flashback Friday, but I can't thank Scott and Jill enough for everything they did for us fools growing up, for dealing with us. I can't thank my teammates and my best friends who still are there today. That was one of the best experiences of my life, and something that I'll remember forever. So that was a rather sappy Flashback Friday. Make sure you tune in next time. If you guys have any questions or want anything specific to be talked about, let me know, comment below. And thanks. Bye.